You can call him a gold chain cowboy, one part romantic, one part desperado. We are catching up with Parker McCollum upon the release of his album, Gold Chain Cowboy. It is a distinct sound. He is doing his own thing, and we're gonna chat with him right now. So you kick off the album with a song called Wait Outside, and I've got a take on this choice, and I wanna know how this hits you. Like, to me, this is an interesting kind of like marriage of two like Parker personas. So there's like there is a bit of like a romantic, and then there's a bit of like the desperado. And I feel like those two things are both happening at the top of the album with Wait Outside.
I'll take that. I mean, I don't know. I really don't put a ton of thought into trying to write a song about any certain thing. It just seems that I'm always, whatever's on the record is just kind of what was coming out at the time. And that chorus of that song, Wait Outside, I wrote that chorus, 5 years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I finished it with John Randall and Randy Rogers. I had just been saving it for a long time and never really loved it until John got his hands on it and Randy got his hands on it. It kind of came to life. But, yeah, it's the record starts with that song talking about I will love you forever, and then the last song on the record is Wish I'd Never Loved You at All. So it's I don't know how those made the top and the bottom.
That's interesting. That's kind of interesting too, since you're in like a pretty sweet spot as far as relationship right now.
Oh, I got it going on.
The current single is To Be Loved by You. This, I guess, like we're kind of on a theme here, like. This is an unusual love song, right?
Sure.
Why are you always angry? Why are you always quiet? Why do you sleep alone? It's a tormented love. It's a love song, but it's like, how am I ever going to get there with you?
Every song on this record sort of leans towards, I guess with the exception of Wait Outside, but To Be Loved by You in particular kind of leads the charge in the songs of, asking sad questions and asking the hard questions in songs. And I don't know, trying to bring the things that you maybe don't talk about face to face to the forefront in a song. And I think To Be Loved by You kind of displays that better than any other songs on the record. But they all seem to sort of lean themselves. Everything I think I put out is just sad, slow, heartbreak country love songs about everything going terribly wrong. And that's up there. I mean, that's probably one of the best shots that I've been able to give it. And I don't know. That's my favorite song on the record, so I could go on and on about it.
Okay, so here's the question. Like, as a newly engaged guy, I'm assuming this song is not written about Halle Ray.
Well, I wrote it a while ago, probably a couple years ago by now. And so she did inspire the song. I had said out loud to somebody. Her and I were kind of going at it at the time. And she was in Oklahoma, and I was in Texas, and I was about to go on the road. And I'd kind of said out loud, I was like, what does a man have to do to love that girl? Out of frustration. And my buddy Lane, who I was with, was like, I don't know, we should write that down. So I wrote a verse and a chorus, finished it with my buddy Red Akins, and that one too is on there. It's I don't know. I lived them all for sure.
Well, I'm curious, like, if we back up now, like, I'm really curious about your story. Because you have this like enormous success at a very young age in the Texas scene, which is a very specific thing. And then you make the move to like doing kind of the Nashville thing. And did that feel like a step back at first? Like, are you like, wait a second, I've been headlining and now I'm first to three? Or like, what was that like, just transitioning those different parts of your career?
I don't know. I've always felt like I had a really natural... nothing's really changed. It still feels, I haven't really changed my approach to this thing. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. But since I started doing it, I mean, it's a lot different now, obviously, with buses and crew and all kind of people showing up. But even when we had none of those things, I mean, I really approached it the same way. And I really never crosses my mind maybe that we're, maybe getting close to big time, or I don't know, maybe have a real shot at that one day. I don't know. I got to think about it all the time, but when I walk out on stage, I mean, it's just go out there and sing the songs that they want to hear. And it seems every night that we've ever done it, it's gotten a little bit better every night for like 5 years. So try to keep that going, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, I mean, what was What was the beginning of this like musical love affair for you? Because I mean, I think we like it's easy now as grown-ups and in it the way that you are. It's like, okay, it's business, right? It's business too. And it's like feeding your family and taking care of your people. But when you like fall for music, I don't know. I mean, I'd be curious about your story. Like, you're not thinking about the playing for thousands of people or the buses or the things like that. Like, you're just like, I love music. Like, what's that moment in memory for you?
I would say, I mean, I saw Pat Green sell out the Houston Rodeo when I was like 12 years old, and I can remember that. I can remember that night so well. My brother was sneaking. He's 6 years older than me. He was sneaking a beer behind my mom's back the whole time. And this is like 80,000 people in Houston, big time Houston Rodeo. Saw Pat Green sell it out, and I remember thinking that night, just looking at what he was doing on stage and thinking to myself, why am I so like? Why do I like that so much? Why do I think I can do that? At like 12, I can remember having those thoughts, and then, I mean, just thought about it literally every single day, all day long, since I was 12, about playing shows like that and being on stages like that.